Benue arrests 400 herdsmen and seizes 600 cows. The Benue state government says it has arrested 400 herdsmen for flouting the state's anti-open grazing law. The state government also seized 600 cows belonging to the herdsmen. Governor Samuel Ortom, who revealed this in Makurdi on Friday, ordered the livestock guards to impound any cows seen openly grazing in any part of the state. Ortom gave the instruction while inspecting impounded cows at the quarantine unit of the state Ministry of Agriculture. He said enforcement of the ranching law would continue to enable those who wish to do livestock business to comply with its provisions. He said there has been influx of armed herdsmen with large herds of animals to the state despite the high level of awareness creation to the existence of the open grazing prohibition and ranching establishment law. Several herdsmen of cattle have been impounded and quarantined in our other local government areas, and the state government has acquired trucks to help livestock guard to convey impounded livestock from long distances to the quarantine unit for safekeeping. While describing the influx of herdsmen to the state as life-threatening, the governor said such would not be condoned by his administration. Ortom said, as of today, 400 herdsmen have found to have flouted the anti-open grazing law have been arrested and facing prosecution. Some have been convicted. According to Ortom, ranching remains the global best practice of animal husbandry, urging Nigerians to key into it to ensure peace between herdsmen and farmers. The commander, livestock guards, Linus Zaki, said they impounded 214 cattle in Ortom, 69 in Logo, 2019 in Guma, 96 in Makurdi, and 16 in Goa West councils. So, my people, this is the news reaching us today. In Benue State, where the governor, Mr. Ortom, has put a law in the state that he's not interested in open grazing, where cattle can just go anywhere around the city, around the state, and graze anywhere. No. He's not in support of that. So there's an open grazing law in Benue State at present. We know what happened a few years ago in Benue State. So I mean, it's okay, it's all right for these sort of laws to be in place. Because the killings that happened in Benue State a few, let me say, almost a year ago, and we know what happened and people that lost their lives. So there's an anti-grazing law, anti-open grazing law in Benue State. You dare not rear your cattle and make them walk everywhere around the state. It's not allowed at this moment. It's not allowed. So Mr. Ortom has enacted that law and making sure that law stays. And the herdsmen, if you are a cattle rearer there, you must have a ranching system. That's what he's saying, and that's what most Nigerians have been clamoring for. That there must be a ranching system where the cattle cannot just go around the state everywhere. And again, it's even appalling for cattle. You're driving past and you just see cattle blocking the road. You can't pass, and the herdsmen, they look as if they don't even hear. They can't hear you properly, and they are just doing what they like. The governor has said, no, that's not going to happen in this state anymore. And so far so good, and it's been reported that over 400 cows has been impounded, and 400 herdsmen has been arrested as well. Some are facing prosecution and some have been convicted already. So it means that the state is really serious about this law, and they are enacting it 100%, 120% to make sure that all cattle rearers, all herdsmen, they fall into place. They put them in the right place. We don't want cattle going around the state, and that is it. So far so good. 400 herdsmen has been arrested, 600 cows has been impounded. But the good thing about the whole thing is that not as if they impounded the cows, then they will do something or that thing. No, what they did is to get trucks to take them back to a quarantined unit where they keep the cow for safekeeping. The cows has to be there until probably their rearer is free to take them again and do the right thing and make sure that they follow the right protocol in the state, because we know the influx of herdsmen in Benue State. We know what it has caused. There was a head-on collision between herdsmen and farmers, which resulted in a trail of death. In Benue State. So I don't think I would applaud the state governor for enacting such principles, for putting such laws, because everything must be checked. These things must be checked. If they are not checked, we're not saying that they should go out of Benue. We're not saying, they shouldn't graze around Benue. No, but there's a proper system that has been put in place for them to follow. If they don't want to follow that, then they will be impounded anyway. They will be arrested. And the police are working 24 hours to make sure that any herdsman that didn't cooperate with the law must be arrested. And if that continues, can't be taken away from Benue State. That's how bad it is. So this is the news reaching us on the hour. Over 600 cows have been impounded, and 400 herdsmen arrested, facing prosecution. Some has been prosecuted already. So we'll see how it unfolds from here. We just want to encourage the herdsmen as well that you just need to follow the laws of the state. If the state has said there's no open grazing, then follow it. If you can't do that, then find somewhere else to rear your cattle. There's no problem. It's one Nigeria where it's so big. There's a lot of places that we can always do our businesses. If it doesn't work because of the law in this area, you go to an area where it works properly, where you can do your business properly. So I want to applaud Mr. Samuel Ortom. That's a good thing, that you are doing to make sure that the people are safe, because the most important thing is that lives and properties are safe in the state. And we thank God for the peace right now in Benue State. The governor has said that it's a deterrent to other herdsmen to know that Benue State, you can't just rear your cattle anyhow as you like. There is a law that is in Benue State, and you need to keep to the law. If you adhere to the law, you wouldn't have any problem. But if you don't, then you would have a problem. So that is the news reaching us, my people. As the news unfolds, we'll let you know. But all I want to say, thank you very much, our people, for subscribing. We really love the fact that you guys are subscribing. And for those that haven't subscribed, if you haven't heard us before, you're hearing us for the first time, well, you're welcome. We are always making sure that you get the news firsthand. So please, as soon as you finish listening to this news, please do click the subscribe button, and also the bell, which tells you, it gives you a notification whenever we post the news. I can tell you our news comes in firsthand every day. Every blessed day you get news from us. A minimum of 8 different news from all over the country. You get it from us, mostly political. So my people, thank you very much for subscribing again. Once again, I want to indulge you to subscribe so that we can get this news across to yourself. Until we meet again, thank you. Bye.